Today on the channel, I'll be unboxing and playing around with this Compaq Portable 3. Join me. So as you can see, it barely fits on my bench. This is sent very safely, so I have genuinely no idea how I'm going to open this, and I think I'm going to have to do it off camera. But we'll see what we've got in a minute. Wow. So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace. It was actually in a local vintage group, Australian vintage computer collectors, from a guy named Tom, who put up the photos at a very decent price. But what I was most interested in, something that I'll show you once I get into it. Yep. You can already kind of see what's happening. So we've got the side of the board here with the floppy drive, the hard drive area, and a little secret down there. Also something interesting there. I think we can probably dig this out now. Oh. Nope. Wow. Very secure packaging. Lots of foam. Alright, and there's our prize. Compaq Portable 3. It's in really good condition actually. It's a little bit dirty, pretty yellowed, but yeah, that'll happen with age, a machine of this age. He said the keyboard cable has already been replaced, which I believe, because this is in fantastic condition. Does the screen pop out? Has the classic hinge. I can see a little bit of burn-in on the screen. Doesn't have a size sticker, but what you may have already noticed is it has the expansion on the back, and these are pretty rare. And this one looks like it has a tape drive. How interesting is that? Well, there you go, BASF tape drive. So very cool for backups and whatnot purposes. But these in themselves are rare as hen's teeth. But one thing that you may also have noticed, further to the side here, down the bottom you can see we have two phone jacks, which means this Compaq has the expansion the expansion interface card and at least the modem card. Let's see what's inside. Now this was described as not working, as I said. Tom said that when he powered it on, it just clicked a couple of times. So that sounds to me like a classic case of dead tantalum in the power supply, which is pretty common in these models. So it also had some broken, it's actually missing a screw there, broken plastics. So it's not in absolutely perfect condition. But like I said, I was mostly interested for the things that I saw in the ad more than the system itself. And as you can see, we do indeed have, and it does have, oh, this is going to be fantastic, the original, oh, has a screw holding it down. Getting so excited. Got that. So this has the original expansion card. Let's have a look at that on the screen here. So the IF mod and modem, modern memory, 1987. Really gorgeous board. That rare, straight copper without a, I mean, it's been clear coated or something, but it's not like the green silk screen. God, the green solder mask. One PCBs. It's got the original connector. So you might remember from when I made my expansion card, I had to find this connector and kind of hack another one up from something similar. But this is the original. It's very cool. And then we have really. Oops, let's get the. Right here, this is really what I wanted. Yes, that is an original Compaq memory expansion card in fantastic condition, absolutely stuffed to the gills with RAM. I am so pleased to see this because this is what I had to make myself. How cool is that? So the neat thing is I'll be able to compare this to the one that I made and see how close we got. The other thing that we've got here, which is very cool, it's almost impossible to find. I'll need to take the plastics off for it. There it goes. Little plastic cover here. An original modem. So this is a Compaq Netcom. Look at that. 1987 Netcom modem card. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Oh, and this is the original authorization number for Telecom Australia, because back in the day modems did have to actually be authorized to be able to be used on the telecom system here in Australia. That's so cool. So if this works, that means I can actually get my Compaq, which is up on the shelf there, working with, I don't know, some kind of phone system. Maybe I'll rig something up with a VoIP adapter and try to dial into some internet BBSs. But yeah, how cool is that? So yeah, I'm going to take these out for the time being, just because I will want to test them separately. But I think we should give a play around here and see. Let's see what ails this system. It does have the original hard drive still in there as well. Actually, no, the hard drive is missing, unfortunately. So it looks like Tom was nice enough to put some screws in there. It does have the floppy drive though, so that's excellent. But I'm sure I've got some old hard drives that I can pop in there. I dare say some of the tantalums on the main board here, especially this one guy here, which is the minus 12 volt rail for the power here. They are usually dead. Potentially some of the ones up here. Let's have a look at the rest of the board here. We've got our 286 12 megahertz. We don't have a Mathco processor, so that's pretty standard. We do have two 256K sticks, total of 512K to fill out the 640K onboard memory. Yeah, otherwise it's a pretty stock standard system. It's actually in very good condition internally, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, okay, so, and yeah, there you can see that cracked plastic standoff. It's completely missing the plastic there to hold the screw in, which is why the screw was missing. But yeah, I reckon what we can do is flip this around, give it some power, and see what we get. Like I said, Tom said that it was just clicking when it had power up, but it's a very good condition chassis. So yeah, let's see if we can revive it quickly. Alrighty, let's get some power hooked up. Make sure, first and foremost, that the switch is off. It is. Okay. No blown fuses just yet. That's good. Screen down. Make sure you can see, and let's flick it on. And yeah, nothing. So, ooh, a little bit of a buzz from the power supply there. So yeah, I think this power supply's carked it. Of course, what I would like to do before I do anything else is just unplug the mainboard, because if the mainboard is shorted, the power supply will go into protection mode and won't boot up. But without the power supply, the system will actually still turn on. So I'm gonna give it a crack like this and we'll see if we get the fan noise. And we do. So that tells me power supply's fine. Problem exists on the main board. So let's have a look and see if we can find our shorted rail. I'm literally just Googling Compaq Portable 3 PSU pinout. That's the Compaq Portable 2. PSU pinouts, VC Fed forum thread. No. Let's just go off the colours here. Couldn't be bothered looking one up. But thankfully, there are pretty standard colours in power supplies. And we do have yellow is typically 12 volts, red is typically 5 volts, the brown here would be ground. We'd have an orange, which is usually like a 3.3 or a power good, and the same with the 12, the blue would be a negative 12. Hey all, it's Editor Nick here. Yeah, so I'm completely wrong here. I will flash up a little graphic of the actual voltages, but what I'm actually looking at here, the blue line is plus 12 volts. So whenever I say minus 12 volts in the near future, just imagine I'm actually saying regular 12 volts. Cheers. So let's check ground to ground. Yes, and let's check a ground to 5 volt. And that seems fine. No shorts. Ground to 12. Looks good as well. Let's do ground to power good. No. Ground to negative 12 though is indeed a big short. So let's actually, I'm just going to go straight to the cap that I first and foremost assumed it was. Yeah. And it is not, maybe. This one right here is on the rail that is shorted. One, two. Yeah, okay, so it could be multiple rails or multiple capacitors here, and you've got to try to figure out exactly which one it is, which is the tricky part. So what we'll do for that, let's put our meter in resistance mode. I don't know how I'm going to show you guys this while I'm looking for things. Let's maybe put it up like that so you can see, and I'll look at the screen. What I'll do is I will go from the ground on the connector to the pin here, and we can see that our resistance is 1.19 ohms. You can read that? 1.19. So that's the full circuit shorted and then coming back here. What I'll do from here is take a look at those capacitors and see if I can find the one with the lowest resistance, which is probably the closest to the short effectively. So let's see if we can find that one. So there's 1.19, that was that one that was shorted there. I think this one was shorted as well. No, it was not. Was it this one? 1.25, so that's actually farther from a short. Let's check this one. No, that's not on the same rail. But that one, also not on the same rail. Was it this one that I checked it before? Yes, so there's not that many here. I think this one, the first one that we checked, is probably actually, no, not that one, this one, is probably going to be it. So I think I'm just going to fire up the iron, rip that one out, and see if our short still exists. So now I don't really want to take the whole board out because it's a bit of a pain in the ass right now. So what I'll do instead is I'm just going to clip one of those leads. Just put the capacitor in view here. So that is this one right here. Let's see if I can zoom you down a bit. This guy right here. So I'm just going to clip that leg and bend the lead out of the way and see if the short still exists. If it doesn't, then we can just replace that capacitor. But if the short is still there, then we know it's something else. So put our meter back in diode mode, put it between the legs, the short's gone. So that was it. So now what I'll do, that capacitor's probably not necessary right now, not right now. Would be for the longevity of the machine, I would want to replace that, but for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it back on, plug it in, and see if we get more signs of life. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, look at that. Screen's a bit messed up. That's unfortunate. But system board failure. Yeah, this guy's got a lot more problems. That's unfortunate. No beeps either, so we're not quite 100% sure what the problem there could be is, but, you know, this could be a fun project. Although I think I've got my work set out for me for Compaq projects. Kind of one of those been there, done that processes. To have a really quick look around, see if there's anything obvious jumping out at me, apart from that broken capacitor. Actually, I'm just going to clip that guy completely off now. There's a dead tent. Just try to remember that I do need to remove that at some point in time. Yeah, I don't know what we could have problems with. Oh, I know what the problem is. It's right staring at me right in the face. We don't have a real-time clock chip. Yes, so that has been removed. It doesn't have the... So some of these boards have a battery that pops in here and the real-time clock is embedded, like soldered directly onto the board, and then the battery is removable. But I can see this one has soldered posts. The vias have been soldered instead of having the drop-in rivets, which means that this did not have a battery installed and instead had a Dallas 12885, which is the Dallas real-time clock or equivalent with battery built in. And there is a socket right here that is empty, and that means that that real-time clock has been removed. And yes, these machines do require a real-time clock to boot, and they will give just a system board error when it's not available. So if we pop a real-time clock in there, I might get this booting. Let me go and see if I can find one. So this, I couldn't find one of my replacements, the modern ones that I make. This is a MC 14681. I think I actually pulled this out of another Compaq. So I'll just pop this in. It's not going to have the battery, but it should still allow the system to boot properly, theoretically. Probably just bitch about it having no real-time clock battery. All right, let's see what we get. Green screen, orange screen again. All right, counting memory, 256, 512, should stop at 640, yep, 640K. Trying to seek the floppy drive. So yeah, this is actually keyboard. Okay, that's interesting. Keyboard error. No, probably because the keyboard doesn't work at all. It may not be plugged in internally. Oh, no, it is not. I did not plug it in. Apparently I left that disconnected. That would explain why I didn't have a system beep either. Let's give that another shot. All right, yeah, we got numbers. Floppy seeking. Yep, so it doesn't have time and date, etc. set up, so, but the keyboard does work, and it complains that it doesn't have a system disk. So yeah, this is actually, I mean, the screen's a little bit messed up. It's missing a real-time clock, a proper one, and the, what's it called? That tantalum capacitor is missing now, because I cut it off. But otherwise, this is a pretty well working system. Yeah, I might, I mean, I have no use for another one of these, so I'll probably ship this off to someone else that can make use of it and, you know, do some additional repairs to it, bring it back up to its working state. But now that it's proven, that's actually pretty good for someone else to, as a, you know, platform to build off of. Now, I think it's time that I play around with these expansion cards, because this is kind of, like I said, this is pretty much exactly what I wanted this system for. So we've got the expansion bus thingy here and the memory card. Now, thankfully, they actually say on the board here, it says pin 41. And on the expansion card here, it also says pin 41. So this goes that way. Yeah. Which goes in the slot like that. And the modem here will go this way in there, and that actually lines that up nicely. And we should be able to just slot it down in here. We will need to remove this keyboard cable again. That's interesting. I might have to put these in first and then put the board in. Yeah, because the modem card will go in last. Oh, it goes in that way. Okay. And that one goes in here. And you can't see a thing I'm doing. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then the keyboard cable can go in, and then we can put our expansion slot back on. And that will plug into those cards. Now, let's see if we still power on, because one of those boards might have a problem as well. 640 and it's still counting. Very cool. .5. Yeah, this is going to be maxed out with the full 6 meg, I think. I didn't look at the size of those memory sticks, but they did appear to be, well, they now appear to be 1 meg sticks. Oh no, it's maxed out at 2.5, so that's a mix. Interesting. Yeah, 2.688 kilobytes. And of course it's still complaining. Let's see if I can find a floppy disk that we can boot off and see where we get with this. All right, here's my collection of Compaq system disks, and we would want to look for setup or user diagnostics. So let's probably check out setup for now. Yeah, nice. The floppy drive works just fine. Yeah, you can really see the damaged lines there now. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. Well, time and date not set. We expected that. Let's just correct the date. We don't care. We do have a 1.2 mega disk. And what do we have? So, Compaq Portable 3. Numeric converters is not installed. We've got the 1.2 and it has not detected a hard drive, obviously. We do have 640K of base memory and 2 megabytes of expanded memory. Sorry, extended memory. Got the screen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Do we have anything else? Nothing else is detected, so it doesn't indicate that a modem is installed, which it very well may not. That might just be a thing that you have to add as a peripheral in DOS or Windows if you want to run that. But that's really cool. So what I might do, let's exit out of that. We don't have a battery to store those settings, so they'll be lost immediately anyway. But let's pop in user diagnostics and see if we can boot up that and get some more information about the system. Okay, diagnostics. Let's see what it detects. I think it's looking for a hard drive. Yes, so it has detected 1200 baud modem, COM2 at IRQ3. Fantastic. So let's see, but let's see if the modem does anything. Let's do modem internal loopback test. Let's test with the phone line disconnected. Yep. Yeah. That seems to be testing fine. It's communicating with itself at 1200 baud. DTMF. That's pretty cool. I did hear the DTMF tones. Modem complete. Yeah, so the modem works perfectly. That's fantastic. I'm so happy about that. So I'm gonna have some experiments to do with that. But yeah, that's freaking awesome. Look at that. Ah, look at that. Ah, I want to get out of this menu and have a look. So yeah, there you go. Processor 2.5 meg or 2.6 meg of memory, keyboard, parallel interface, floppy disk drive, serial interface, which is just the COM port on the back, and the modem. I am so happy with this pickup. I'm not even joking. This is fantastic. So the last thing that I want to play around with, but I have absolutely no idea what to do with, is this tape drive. So I'm going to have to do some research on that and probably come back with another episode if I figure out how to use this interface. What I'll do is I'll probably just pop this away for now and crack this open just to give you a look inside, and we'll see what we've got. Right, so yeah, this is the expansion bus, the expansion backpack, I guess you could call it. Like I said, or like I showed earlier, it has a little lever bar here that bends some little locking arms that actually hold it on, and then it levers out and up from the back of the system. It does provide full 16-bit ISA bus through this expansion section here, and it should have a little cover here that I can just remove. So let's see if we can actually get that off. Looks like the clips are going to be annoying. Yes, they certainly are. Can't remember if it lifted up or out, like that way or this way. I think it actually went this way. In fact, I'm pretty certain it went this way. There we go. Now that those are out, it should just lift up. There you go. Okay. And yeah, as you can see, we have, so there's a daughter board down in the bottom there. You can't really see, I'll show it in overhead. Like so. And our tape drive. Now, this one is actually not the ISA expansion, but an actual dedicated tape drive expansion. So this one's actually really cool. I've not seen this at all, but there is there's a Zilog down there, something. Yeah, how interesting is that? I'm gonna have to blow this out and give it a good dusting because there's a lot of cobwebs and dirt and stuff in there. But this is actually the dedicated tape drive. Yeah, I was not aware of this. How interesting. Give me 1 second. So in my little Compaq quick reference guide, we do have sections on the, let's lay this down, Compaq Portable 2 here, and we can see that as an option there is a tape drive. Look at that, 40 meg, says a spare part number, and it is a DC2000. Let's grab that out and check. Not 100% sure. 2120 maybe. Let's have a look at that. Density, 14.7 FTPI. I don't know what that means either because I don't know tapes. So yeah, I've got absolutely no idea. But yeah, there you go. That's the spare part number for it. So that must be what this unit is. Now I do, on my other Compaq, this guy right up here, I do actually have the expansion bus with the ISA and the two ISA slots. I'm trying to find that in the book here, and I can't actually see what the part number for that is. There's the processor locations, power supply part numbers. We've got the expanded memory board, memory expansion board. That's the one that we have now. These are the jumper settings for it. These are the parts. These are the fixed disk drives. We've got cables. System board, expansion board. Don't actually have the part number for the ISA expansion backpack thing. How interesting. Yeah. Well, anyway, like I said, I'll have to give this a good tidy up and have some experimentation because, like I said, I've never seen this before. I didn't know it existed. That's really cool. this one I'll definitely be keeping in the collection along with the memory expansion and the modem. But I will pass on the Compaq Portable 3 to another collector, someone that actually wants to put some time in as a project to fix it up. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that quick unboxing, very, very quick fix on trying to get that Compaq booting, and just having a look at what I scored. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.